What's going on, guys? This is the Revit Sand 3 jacket, and I'm absolutely in love with this thing. Been riding it for a little over a year now, solid, and as you can see, it's been worn in quite a bit. I actually love black. Black probably would have been my choice, but now I really love this one because you know, it's so much cooler in the heat in the summer. I've ridden with black jackets, and once you've done that for a summer, you're definitely ready for something a little bit cooler. So I think this is probably one of the best budget motorcycle jackets on the market. You know, what I normally do is I wait a year or two before, while this thing was phasing out, while the Sand 4 was coming out. I picked this one up, got a great deal. I only paid like, I don't know, around 280 bucks for it. So normally I think they're around 500, but there are some good deals on the Sand 4 right now that I saw online. So, you know, might want to check those out as well. I'm not going to talk to you about all the material specs and everything. If you want that, you can go online. I'm just going to go through the practical everyday use of this jacket and how I like it. So the zippers are incredible, always great. You know, it's got this extra layer here. I've ridden this in some pretty heavy rains, and you will feel a little bit of drops coming through. If you're in some heavier rains, it does come with a thermal liner, and it also comes with a rain liner. Of course, I'm riding it in summer mode right now, so you've got pocket here and a pocket here. The inside's really nice. Got a great spot for the back protector, the Seasoft, which I'll go through in a minute. I think it's super comfortable. It's got the shoulder protectors and the elbow protectors. And of course, there's adjustments in here as well. You just unvelcro this and you can scoot it down a little bit if you want, but I just left it the way it is. It fits me perfect, so not a big deal. Some of the stickers here, Hydrotex 3L, that's some of the materials that they're using, and then of course the C-Flex, that's the protector. So you do have an outside pocket here if you just want to put something quick in there. You know, you don't have to open this up. Most of the time I use these pockets. They're great. They're super big. You can put your phone in there. I've even put 2 iPhones in here, iPhone 11s, and they fit perfect. You've got the Velcros here. Most of the time that's all I do, but if you're going to be on a longer trip, you can snap it down and just make sure it's nice and secure. Never had anything fall out of here. Ridden this in the rain and never really had any problems with it. These pockets are not waterproof though, so just keep that in mind. I'm all about protection, so of course reflective gear on this is awesome. You've got the reflectors here, and then on the back as well, you've got a very big reflector across the top. I think the newer version, even the Revit emblems are reflective, so that's kind of cool on the newer one. You've got a really big pocket back here. You know, I just kind of keep bits and bobs back there. I will say I've ridden with Dainese jackets before, and I feel like the Dainese jackets are a little bit lighter, but you know, I love this jacket. Been riding it. It's a great budget jacket. Dainese is quite a bit more expensive. As you can see, you've got plenty of adjustment on this jacket. It's super easy. You can just do that, and you can see it's tightened up, or loosen it and it's loose again. I haven't really messed with these too much, but you've got plenty of adjustment across the back here. Of course, here I've got this open because it's hot, so you've got your vents so that as it flows from the front of the jacket, these massive front pockets are lifesavers in the summer, and it flows through the jacket and back out through the back so that you don't have to worry about blowing up like a balloon going down the highway. Of course, Revit does have their own proprietary neck brace, so if you're going to do a lot of off-road riding and that's something you're wanting to do, that's what these hoops are for here. You've got these hoops here where you can connect the the neck protector, neck brace. And then this is also part of that as well. I've seen some people repurpose these and just use them like if you're going to ride with a camel pack and you want to, you know, have your spout sticking through here so you can just kind of pick it up and put it in your mouth. I've seen people do that too. So you can repurpose those however you want. One thing I do love about this jacket, again, you've got more adjustment here. You can just unsnap this and re-snap it on here if you wanted to take up some room. You know, in the winter, of course, I've got it all unfastened just because I want that extra room to be able to put more layers. Of course, here as well, you know, you can unzip from top and bottom, which I love. So you got to be a bit careful here. I did sunburn my arms one year riding with this jacket, so you know, be kind of careful. Make sure you've got this snapped at least when you're riding, and if you can wear a long sleeve shirt, even something light in the summer, it definitely helps. This jacket's pretty breathable. But you know, having all of this open when you're riding definitely helps. About to go on a big trip next weekend, and it is going to be warm, so I'm excited to have this with me. I think the styling of this jacket is incredible as well. I just think it's got a really nice style to it. And talking more about protection, the CE level 2 stuff is the highest level you can get on this kind of protection. Of course, I ride with the Dainese airbag now, the D-Air, so I wear that underneath this, so I don't use this anymore, but this is the most comfortable back protector I've ever worn. Does add some weight to the jacket, but you know, it's super flexible and really nice to ride with. You kind of got to get used to it when you first put it in there, because it does take up a lot of extra room, and it kind of makes you look like a hunchback a little bit, but yeah. All right, so it says online that this is a 4 seasons jacket, and I can tell you 4 seasons is really relative to where you live, where you ride most of the time. For instance, like when I used to live in Texas, you know, something like this would not work 4 seasons. It'd be great for maybe 3 seasons, you know, maybe even 2 seasons, but once you start really getting into those warmer months, you know, spring and fall, you could get away with something like this. And in winter, definitely you got to bundle up in winter. So this would be great in winter because you can really bundle up underneath this thing. But if you are in somewhere like Texas where it gets really, really hot, I mean, you really need just like a mesh jacket. Oftentimes, I know this is stupid, you guys can give me crap as much as you want. Yes, I used to ride without gloves and I used to ride without protection. All I wore was a helmet. Completely useless. I was stupid. I was a kid. I was 18 years old and I was riding my Harley around, and it was not the smartest thing to do. So I was normally just wearing a t-shirt and no gloves and a helmet. That was it. So basically, head trauma was the only thing I was protecting against. Really stupid, but now I wear gloves all the time, wear protection all the time, no doubt, 100%. I have taken some dirt bike falls and broken a lot of bones on motorcycles, but never on the street bike, you know, knock on wood. So anyways, back to this, 3 seasons, you know, if you're living somewhere like Texas or somewhere super hot. Here in Portugal, I can get away with this pretty much year round. There's a few months out of the year where it's pretty stinking hot, but Portugal's really amazing because pretty much the weather's pretty mild all year round. It gets warm in the summer. Today we're pushing 90 something, so it is pretty warm today, but and I was just out riding and it was a little bit warm, especially with a black helmet. Man, I'm buying an XD4 next and that thing is gonna be white, trust me. But yeah, so this is definitely great. You've got tons of ventilation here, and as you can see, these pockets are just huge, and these pockets especially are part of the reason I bought this jacket, is because it just lets in a ton of air. Everything is adjustable. You can even adjust the collar. This is just a little snap collar here, and then if you did want to stow this away, you can actually stow it like that if you don't want it kind of popping down. I never use this, but if you decided to, you could. You're really getting a premium jacket for a great price with Revit gear, and I use a bunch of Revit gear. I do have the matching pants that go along with this. They're also great. They're just kind of a pain to get on and off, so I don't use them often unless I'm like going on a big trip or it's winter. I use them quite often because they're great in the winter. In summer, they have almost no ventilation, so kind of stay away from them. They are this color as well, which is lighter, so you know, they don't heat up as much. I love Revit gear, so I also use the Revit H2Os. These are great. These are waterproof. They've got a steel shank in the boot. They've got ankle protectors. So these things are great. They're kind of stylish, so you can wear them throughout the day. They're a little bit warm in summer, so I wear something else in summer, but these things are great in the winter especially, and you know, they do have that waterproof to them. I'm also using Revit gloves. Love these. These are a mixture of leather, did I say leather gloves? I meant Revit gloves. I use Revit gloves. These are a mixture between leather and textiles. They've got leather all down the palm, which I love. It's really comfortable. And as well, you've got the breathability in it. These are summer gloves. You've got the knuckle protectors, and you've also got, this is kind of cool. I always recommend this, you know, just to protect this little bone right here, because this is something that always kind of goes, you know, gets messed up. It's really easy to break. So these are definitely great. Love these. And something else that's great about this is that Revit does do great women's gear as well. So for instance, my wife has the matching ladies jacket. This, I think, is a step down from the Sand 3, but it's still a great jacket. It's got plenty of ventilation for her. She's got a nice jacket for her as well, and I feel like she's safe. The pockets on the ladies jacket are pretty small. She can't even fit her iPhone in here, which kind of stinks. But you know, she's got a big case on there, but this is a great ladies jacket as well. Not as many bits and bobs on her Revit jacket as mine, but I also paid a lot more for mine. I think I paid like, I don't know, $270 for hers or $260. So still a good deal. I really like Revit gear, and I think they make a quality product at a great price. So getting that out of the way, on the inside of the jacket, even if you are in summer mode, it does have a zipper where you can zip into, if you want to lock the Revit pants into the Revit jacket, you can zip them together. As well, this is actually the waterproof liner that comes with the Revit Sand 3. And yeah, it's nothing pretty. You know, you've got another pocket in here on this one, just on the one side, but you can also, it's got a zip all the way across here. So if you did want to zip in the waterproof liner to the pants, which also come with a waterproof liner and the thermal liner, it gets kind of bulky in there once you put all that in there, but I can say that when you have all that in there, I normally don't ride with the waterproof liner on the pants or the jacket. So if you are gonna ride, you know, even in pretty heavy rain, I don't have too much of a problem. I can feel a little bit of moisture and a little bit of water here and there, but it's not too bad. So I've never really had a problem where I actually needed to, you know, put this in my jacket because this does really warm you up, because this does not breathe very well. So when you put this in your jacket, you are gonna get, you know, kind of that humidity effect, I guess, and you don't smell too great if it is raining and it's hot. So keep that in mind with this. Of course, if you go with a jacket, an actual jacket that has a waterproof shell, you're having the same problem. You know, it doesn't breathe as well. You know, you have Gore-Tex jackets out there, but a couple of my buddies have Gore-Tex jackets like the Dainese, and they say that, you know, in the summer when they get really hot, it just doesn't breathe hardly at all, and you know, they wish they had something a little bit more like this. So I like this because it gives me more breathability. It doesn't rain that much here. It's not like England where it's really a big deal. But yeah, so this is great if you did want to use this. I don't know that I've ever actually used this. I think I wore it for a week when I first got the jacket and then never wore it again. The thermal liners in the pants and the jacket are amazing, even in the coldest months in winter. You know, as long as I've got like a long sleeve shirt or maybe a hoodie or something underneath, and I wear that thermal liner, I'm set. I can be comfortable pretty much all winter in that. So that's not too bad. I've got heated grips. So I run the summer gloves basically all year, and then I just use heated grips, and sometimes I've got a thin layer of gloves that I'll put on underneath that. I think I am eventually gonna get some winter gloves though, but I like having a little bit more flexibility in my fingers when I need it. So I'd rather my fingers be a little bit cold and have that flexibility to be able to use my clutch lever and my brake lever. All right, so that is it. That is the Revit Sand 3. Of course, the Sand 4 is out now. If you guys are interested in this jacket, definitely grab you one. I think you can get some pretty good deals on the Revit Sand 3 at the moment because it is the edition that's going out. So if you're interested, I think it's a great jacket, great price, and you're getting premium features on this jacket. Everything is just really sturdy on it. I haven't gone down on this thing, but it has held up really, really well. Of course, it's a little dirty right now, but I love this jacket. I couldn't say anything better. I think if you are looking for a good budget adventure motorcycle jacket, this should definitely be in your top 5 of what you're looking for. Of course, it depends where you live and what kind of riding you're doing. Most of my riding is street riding. I do very little off-road, but I love this jacket. Very flexible, great. I have a long, slender torso. I'm very skinny, more, I guess, athletic build, but more on the skinny side. So, you know, I love this jacket. It's got a nice long torso, and as well, my arms are super long, so these sleeves are nice and long for me. You know, I had some other motorcycle jackets that when I would kind of lean forward a little bit to grab my bars, sometimes the jacket would sneak up a little, and I have no problem with these. Absolutely no gripe with this. Love the build of this. So if you are kind of a longer arm person or longer torso person, this is great. In the pants, they do have a short edition. So if you are a shorter person and you want to get the pants in a shorter length, you can do that. One thing I will say about the Revit pants that come with this is they are a bit, you look like an astronaut when you got them on because they're very bulky. So I'm out there looking for some different motorcycle pants. Since I never really zip this into my motorcycle pants, it never gets that cold for me. So I would like to find another brand of pants that are a little bit more slender. So if you guys know of a brand of some more slender motorcycle pants that have some CE level 2 protection in them, I'm definitely keen for that. So throw it in the comments. Would love to check out some of your recommendations. I'm actually doing a big ride. I've got a couple videos being filmed this weekend. We're gonna talk about the difference between a GS and a GSA, and I'm also gonna do a comparison between the BMW GS 1250 and the Triumph Tiger 1200. So really excited about that, doing that video tomorrow. And then next weekend, I'm going on a long trip. We're gonna do 3 days and just go up through the mountains here in Portugal and see some of the beautiful wine country through the Douro Valley and ride along the Douro River. So it's gonna be really beautiful. Excited to bring you guys that footage. Stay tuned for the adventure. We'll catch you guys later. Ride safe, and we'll see you on the pavement.